casting on to the beginning or end of an existing knitted row. So if you are asked to cast on to knitting that's already in the works, one of the methods is using the cast on knitted method. So I'm at the beginning of the row and it's asking me to cast on, let's say, 3 stitches. So how do you do that? You do it like this. So you are just going to knit into the first stitch and then place it on the needle, back on the needle, and there's your first one. Repeat, knit the second stitch, place it on the needle, right? That's your second stitch. And then the third stitch. Ready? Here we go. There you have it. You have now cast on 3 stitches to the front of the work. Now what you do is you proceed with your knitting as the pattern calls for. So, you just knit through those because they're part of this existing row now. So I just knit along like this. And you have added stitches to the end of the work. I'll knit to the end and show you how to add on at the end of the row. I have reached the end of the row and the pattern asks me now to cast on a certain number of stitches at the end of the row. So there's the 3 I added to the beginning. So now we need to add on to the end. Well, how do you do that? The way you do that is quite simple. Still using the knitted cast on method, but what you have to do is actually turn your work around. Seems counterintuitive, but that's what you do. And then just as I did at the beginning of the row, I am going to knit on 3 stitches. So there's 1, right? And 2. Whoops, missed putting it on. And notice I kept my needle in there, it doesn't matter. Anyway, and 3. Okay, and then when you turn the work around, you will have added on 3 stitches. And then when you turn your work around, you do whatever the pattern says. So if it's asking you to purl your stitches or knit your stitches or knit in pattern, whatever it is, and you just do as it says, but now you have 3 extra stitches on each end. Happy knitting!